Hey y'all, so I'm here to make the video to share with you and document my journey from moving from Florida to California to LA, to be more specific. So it's Monday morning. I got the sudden urge to move to LA on Thursday night. I'll probably do a video on what made me know that I needed to move to LA. But yeah, I just got it and I'm like, okay, I can't sit on this. I can't just sit here forever. I have like so much potential. I'm so young and yada yada yada, but I need to go. I don't need to be stagnant anymore. I need to move my feet. I need to act on this. So I came home. I prayed about it, got confirmation, and then I started to pack. And basically, let me show you what I've done. You haven't seen my room before, but let me show you a little bit. I had to leave my baby, my banjo. I can't take her with me, so I have to come back and get her eventually. Of course, I can't take my piano. I'm gonna take this book bag with me. And then this is my carry-on, but that thing is huge. I need to find something to do with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I got this bag. This is one of my bags that's gonna go, my check bags. And I'm bringing my ukulele. I cannot leave my ukulele. I was thinking about bringing it without the case, but I need the case. I mean, if push come to shove, I will leave the case, but I need to bring my ukulele. And this is just like liquids and stuff. Nail polish remover, some books, my Bible, pants, jeans are in this bag. And this bag is so freaking heavy. It is so big, but it has everything in here. Let me see if I open it. These the purses that I'm bringing. I stacked them all in there. Some hats that I'm bringing. And then underneath here and all the way back is just clothes and gym clothes and a towel. And then these are like white shirts and black shirts and socks and a lot. And then my closet is still full of clothes. That's the clothes that I do not want. The clothes and the shoes that I'm gonna leave here. So all my bags. So I'm only taking that bag, this bag, and that bag, and this book bag. The craziest thing about the whole story is that I have no way to get there. Literally. I have $53 in my bank account and I have $180 on my dresser. That is all I have to my name. I do not have any other money. And so I am basically stepping out on major faith because I don't even have the money to book a plane ticket, let alone, you know, find a place to stay in LA. I don't have it for any point of traveling, anything. So I need God to really come forth. And so it looks really crazy to a lot of people. My family has already advised me against it and said that I need to stay and save up some money, probably stay about 6 months and, you know, work full time and save the money for it. But I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to go, you know, and it's not being rebellious and it's not being like I don't want to be patient, but I really feel like where God is taking me, like it's urgent to get there. Like I can't be stagnant. I can't stay here. Like there's something waiting for me there, and me staying here is holding everything up. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything. All I know is that I need to go. Basically, I knew that I was going to be moving to LA since April, but all I did was start preparing myself. All I did was, you know, not take on long-term commitments and joining stuff and be like, oh yeah, I'll help you with this in 3 months, knowing that I may not be there in 3 months or whatever. But other than that, I didn't do anything else. I just kind of mentally prepared myself for the idea of change, but I didn't really do too much to actually change, to make the change. And so then when it just got pounded on me on Thursday, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I just came home and I just went crazy, and I just packed everything in like basically a day. I'm completely trusting in God. I look really stupid. I know I do. I look immature. I look stupid. I look like nothing's put together. It looks ridiculous. I know. And I feel all those things. And I definitely feel it when I'm telling people and they be like, but you don't got no money, but you trying to move across the country? Okay, well, let's see how that works out. You know, I feel that and I know it. And I would probably think the same thing when somebody else would tell me what I'm doing right now, but I just know what's in my heart, and I know and I'm just trusting in God. So, and it has been confirmed multiple times daily. So I'm just stepping out, and I'm gonna take y'all with me for the journey. So until I check in again, I will see y'all later. Bye. All right, y'all, so it is Tuesday, and my last video was yesterday, which was Monday morning. Kind of feel like 2 days ago because it was so early, but I'm still in Florida. I'm still believing God to be able to provide for me to go to California. I have no idea how, what way. I'm just really trusting God. Now my stuff is like completely finished packed. Like the last thing that needs to go in my suitcase is my computer and my toothbrush. Other than that, I'm like ready to go. And I've talked to some people, and I don't know, I'm still like standing my ground, and I'm still holding on to my faith. Yesterday also, I woke up and I was just tripping. I was sad, I was anxious, I was worried. I was going through so many emotions with the fact that I was still here, because I was hoping that Monday that I would be going, and I woke up and I'm like, I'm still here. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna wake up in California. I'm not crazy, but I don't know, I was just expecting maybe my phone to go off. And the funny thing is that I woke up to a text message that said $1,000 was transferred into my account, but it wasn't mine. It was just my mom transferring some money to transfer back out to another account. So it wasn't even mine, but I was like, oh my goodness, I got $1,000, and I prayed for $1,000, but yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry, and it was just heavy on my heart. Like I can feel when something is wrong. Like any type of emotion, if I'm not happy, any type of emotion, I instantly feel it, and it feels like a pressure on my chest, and I have to get it off. And so after that, I had to leave this room, because my room just looked like it just screamed transition, and it just screamed transition that I can't transition to. It screams change that I can't change, and it was frustrating. And so I had to leave, and so I left, and I went to meet my sister and my niece somewhere, and where we was going, the place actually got canceled. The thing actually got canceled. So I turned around and I went to the lake, like I always do. I always go to the lake and pray, and I just laid it all out, and I was like, God, this is how I feel. And I was like, you know what, it's not about me. Like whether it's something good happening in my life or something bad, like you are that good that I'm always going to worship you. And maybe I look stupid right now, but you're that good enough for me to look stupid. Like you're that awesome. Like why and it all came from me taking my eyes off of myself and my situation and looking at God and like, oh God, you are great. Like it's not about me. This earth, this life, this world is not about me. It's about God and bringing him glory. And so I just got my eyes off myself, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like there should never be a time where I'm not glorifying God, and there should never be a time where I'm anxious and worried and full of fear and hopelessness. Like, that should never happen. I don't care what happens. That should never happen. And so I was like, I just lay that at your feet, and I just worshiped, and I just gave it to him, and I left that part. I was feeling so happy, so hopeful, and I'm still in that place right now where I'm just like, I don't know what's God gonna do, and it's not my job. Like, I did what I could do. I don't know anything else that I could do, or anybody else that could help me. So I'm just gonna continue to pray and worship and sit back and relax and enjoy my last few days and time left in Florida before it's time to go. I'm not gonna spend it anxious and worried and in fear. Like, I'm not gonna have that. The devil's not gonna have me. And I don't want this to become a routine, and this is how I respond to conflict, is sadness and anxiety and worry and fear. That's stupid. And so yeah, so I just wanted to check in and tell you what it is. And until next time, hopefully it's some better news the next time I get on here. But you know, it is what it is. I'm still gonna be faithful, and I'm still gonna love God, because he's still good. He's always good, no matter what. All right, y'all, bye. Hey everybody, so maybe as you can see, I'm still here in Florida, and I decided to get on again because I just broke down, and I was like sobbing and crying, and I came to a big revelation that I don't trust God. Really. So I was watching someone's testimony, basically about them moving, because every morning that I wake up, I feel like in the same place. Like, I can't believe this. Like, this is stupid. Like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, I don't know if God's gonna come through. Like, just feeling down and out. And like throughout the day, I have to like gain that back up and be like, okay, no, I'm gonna worship. God is gonna come through. And so every day, then I wake up and go through those feelings, and then I'll get it back during the day. And I'll go to bed on fire for God. But today I was actually feeling the same way. And then I worshiped, and I just, I was reading about Moses and seeing how God came through at like the last minute. And then I was watching actually a testimony of this girl on YouTube about her actually moving, and how she was about to get evicted. She had the eviction letter and everything, that she had to pay her rent in 2 days, or she was going to get kicked out, and she'd have no money. But God had told her this is where he wanted her to be. And so I was like, I was watching it, and I was like, I don't know, I was kind of doubting on her behalf, but I'm like, okay, God's probably gonna come through. I can't wait till she come back. And so she came back on, and she was like, guys, the next day somebody paid my rent, right? And that made me bust out crying. Not because I was happy, not because God is awesome, he came through. I bust out crying because I felt like that wouldn't happen for me. I felt like, it's funny because I have like all this trust in the world, and I be having so much faith, and I'm like, okay, God's gonna come through. Even when other people tell me that, you know, this looks stupid, I'm like, no, I believe God. I believe he's gonna come through. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I've been trying to just like hold it down, like try to be so strong. And I just finally had to be real with myself and be like, no, you don't trust God. You don't believe that he's gonna come through. And I had to just like pour out my heart and be like, God, like, I believe, like, if I was in that situation, I would get the eviction notice, and they would come knocking on my door and tell me to get out, and I'm still like got my stuff in my house, be like, no, God's gonna come through in like 1 minute, just wait, you know, let me close the door and pray real quick, and then when I open it back up, you're gonna have your money. Like, I would be holding on to faith to that last minute, and he still wouldn't come through. And that's truly how I felt. Like, in this move, I've been holding on to faith, and I've been packed. I have my bags packed, like I showed you. I'm even more packed than the last time I showed you. I'm like, I have my bags packed, and I'm just like so hopeful, and I'm just like pumped and I'm excited to move to LA. I already looked up like places to go and churches, a church that I really want to go to, and areas that I want to live in and all kind of stuff. And I'm like ready, and I'm like, but what if I just stay in this place for like months? What if I just live out of my suitcase in my room for months because God didn't come through? You know, or what if I don't know, you know, people who will call me and pay for my rent? Or what if I don't, what if, you know, what if, as so many doubts and unbeliefs just bombarded my mind. And I'm like, this is truly how I feel. And it's crazy because I feel like I have so much faith, but I have so much doubt at the same time. I'm like, how does this happen? Like, I totally believe like he's not going to do anything, but also I believe like I have a purpose and like he's going to come through. Like it feels like 100% of both, and and it's like, it don't make any kind of sense. But at that moment when I had that feeling, it made me bust out crying, because I'm like, this is truly like deep down how I feel. And it's not like I'm trying to put on a front that I have faith, because I believe that I do. That's the crazy thing. I believe that I have faith, but I'm like, maybe not 100%. Or maybe there's still that area in there that I'm still like holding on to doubt, and be like, okay, like I can believe that God will take somebody to the moon and back for somebody else. Like I'll be like, and sometimes people tell me their story and say stuff, and I'm like, man, God gonna come through. I pray for them. I'm like, look, I can see God, you know, how he's working. But then if I'm in a situation, like, I don't see it for myself. I don't believe it. And I had to be real and be honest, and I had to face it, and I had to like tell it to God, because he knew it anyway. But I really had to tell him that. And it was hard, because I felt stupid kind of in a way, or I felt like God has done so much for me. So I have so many testimonies. I have no reason to doubt. Like I have no, even if we think about logic here, about logically being able to go to California, the way that God has moved in my life, that logically I shouldn't feel like he wouldn't provide, because he's provided in so many areas. I haven't worked for 2 years. 2 years. I have not missed a meal. I get everything I want. You know, I still buy clothes. I have more money than some people who have jobs most of the times. Like, God has provided for me, and there's no reason to ever think that he wouldn't come through. So I don't even know where this is coming from. Of course I know where it's coming from, but yeah, you didn't see the crying part. I'm basically at that point of that revelation of, you don't trust God, and you do fear, and you do have unbelief. I didn't keep talking to God to like get that dealt with, but I'm just being honest. Like, this is how I feel right now. I don't trust God, and I doubt that he's going to come through. And I know I'm supposed to speak life and speak positivity, and don't let that come out your mouth. I know that, and I've been trying for so long, but I have to be real with myself and be like, no, you don't. Stop. You don't. So, yeah. That is how I feel. This is where I am.